Gustave Flaubert's Sentimental Education was published in 1869. It is a realistic novel that chronicles the emotional, intellectual, and political development of a young man against the backdrop of the French Revolution of 1848. Often regarded as one of the greatest realist novels of the 19th century, it explores themes of unfulfilled love, ambition, disillusionment, social mobility, political failure, and the gap between dreams and reality. Rather than celebrating youthful idealism, Flaubert presents a generation whose aspirations dissolve into disappointment. The novel follows Frederick Moreau, an 18-year-old law student from the provinces who travels to Paris to pursue his education and career. During a riverboat journey, he meets Madame Mary Arnaud, the beautiful wife of the wealthy art dealer Jacques Arnaud. Frederick instantly falls in love with her, and this idealized, unattainable passion becomes the central emotional force of his life. Though he dreams of winning her love, his admiration remains largely unfulfilled and shapes many of his decisions. After inheriting a considerable fortune, Frederick abandons his legal studies and enters fashionable Parisian society. Instead of using his wealth to achieve meaningful goals, he drifts through salons, political gatherings, artistic cycles, and romantic relationships. He becomes involved with several women, including the ambitious Rosanette Brun, a celebrated courtesan, and later Madame d'Ambrose, the wealthy widow of a banker. Despite these affairs, he never stops idealizing Madame Arnaud, believing that true happiness lies in winning her affection. Meanwhile, France experiences the revolutionary upheavals of 1848, which promise political reform and social equality. Frederick and his friends participate in discussions about democracy, socialism, and republicanism, but few commit themselves to genuine political action. The revolution gradually descends into violence, instability, and eventual failure, mirroring the collapse of the characters' personal ambitions. Flaubert portrays both political idealism and romantic dreams as equally vulnerable to compromise and disappointment. Frederick's closest friend Charles Dessalines pursues success through law and politics but repeatedly encounters frustration. Other characters also fail to achieve lasting fulfillment, revealing a society driven by greed, vanity, and self interest rather than noble ideals. Personal relationships become entangled with financial interests, ambition, and social status, exposing the moral emptiness of bourgeois society. Years pass, and Frederick finally meets Madame Arnaud again after she has grown older. She confesses that she once loved him but had remained faithful to her husband and her moral principles. Though they share a tender farewell, they recognize that their opportunity for happiness has vanished forever. Their love survives only as a beautiful but unrealized memory. The novel concludes with Frederick and Dessalines reflecting on their youth. They agree that their happiest memory was not one of love or political triumph, but a failed visit to a brothel during adolescence, a symbol of innocence, unrealized desire, and lost possibilities. Sentimental education is a study of disillusionment and the failure of both personal and political ideals. Through meticulous realism and psychological depth, Flaubert portrays a generation unable to transform dreams into action. The novel remains one of literature's greatest explorations of memory, ambition, love, and the quiet tragedy of lives shaped more by missed opportunities than by achievement.